moving on to the Scat Pack. Not getting a whole lot of work. He's getting a cold air intake. He gave me a K&N. He's getting shadow lights underneath the doors, and he's getting a blackout kit for the markers. Already got a baseline on this, so then I'm going to punch out the cats, do a tune, put a cold air intake on it, knock out these marker lights, and we'll see how much power it picks up. I was actually just going to throw this intake in there, but this is actually kind of, when I opened the box, I was like, wow, this is actually kind of nice. It's got instructions, nice little sticker, PVC valve. This is for the PVC. That's the seal on the hood. I'm assuming this is going to be part of the air box. Yeah, air box. Couplers for the pipe. And of course the world famous K&N air filter. Nothing else, these things look good. Another sticker. Nice oily. Well, aha. There we go. Adapter. Huh. This is actually kind of an intense kit. This is for the, ooh, I'm not sure what that's for. It's got to be for the PVC valve, because you've got to have a place for the intake air temp sensor. Main part of the air box. Huh. Wow, this is kind of an intense kit. There's quite a bit of stuff in here. So if you're not sure about the rating of a piece of rubber, there are these SAE-J ratings. They will tell you pressure, temperature, what fluids it can touch, all that kind of stuff. I use that, yeah, 30R7. I use that all the time whenever I'm trying to figure out if a particular hose is going to be what I want. Yeah, see, 30R7. It's actually kind of a intense looking kit, so we can get stuck into it and see what this is all about. Uh-oh, it has a dyno sheet. Run title, stock 2011 Dodge Challenger. Baseline with 1500, third gear, okay. I'll make sure I run it in third. 72F, okay. So that's, I think that's pretty close to sea level. Humidity 23. That's pretty much exactly the same conditions I'm at right now. So this will be really good to see if I can prove whether we actually pick up 20 horsepower and 17 foot-pounds of torque. Because I have a baseline dyno on this. So, like it or not, you know, I have a Mustang dyno, and this is a dyno jet. This is a dyno jet, but like it or not, I can at least show a change. Let's say that, you know, my number is not, you know, that's actually pretty close to what he put down. So 435 and 416, so I'll at least be able to show a change. Even if I don't get the exact number that they get, I should be able to show some sort of a change, but we'll see. Got the air intake installed on the Scat Pack. Interesting, this thing and this thing are for the versions of this car that have hood vents that are actually right above the air filter. So there's some of them that have hood vents right there, and the instructions actually say if you're planning to drive this in inclement weather, meaning rain or snow or whatever, that you should block those vents, because these air filters really don't give you very good filtration. If you live in a dirty, dusty climate, I would not put these on there. But here in Arkansas where we live, I think this is going to be great. We'll see if it actually picks up 20 horsepower like the instructions say. I'm going to do a dead pull, nothing. I'm not going to change anything. I'm just going to do a pull, and then I'll put my tune in it, and we'll see what happens. The other thing that's kind of interesting is the way this is designed, the K&N actually goes on the bottom, and all that other stuff is on the top. So what I did is I actually fiddled and farted with it for a while to get it so that you could actually see the K&N logo, and put everything else underneath on the bottom so you can't see that at all. Anytime I install these kind of parts, I like to try to do little things like that to just class up the install. Can't always do it, but sometimes I can. All right, let's get started on the marker lights. There's a couple of things I wanted to show everybody. One is I do something called a parasitic measurement on every vehicle that I do, so that I can calibrate the actual rollers of the dyno to your specific vehicle. So I pick a speed that is higher than you're going to be actually dynoing in whatever gear, and then I calibrate all the way up to that speed. The dyno takes this measurement into account whenever it's doing all of its corrections. The other thing that I do, I turn my weather station on so that it uses the inputs from the weather station, and my weather station inputs are right here in the shop, not outside. So that measures temperature, pressure, and humidity. It takes that into account whenever it's doing the measurements. So you can see right now it's 65 degrees in the shop, 14.698 pressure, 30% humidity. And these are the inputs that are constantly being measured. And I use those whenever we're doing a dyno pool. And you can see we're pretty much at sea level. The before and after on this Scat Pack, the red line is the graph after gutting the cats, the intake, and the tune. It did not pick up 20 horsepower. You can see that it picked up a little bit of power after gutting the cats, the intake, and everything. Your biggest gain was from gutting those cats. So right here in the mid-range, we went from 435. So we were at 416 and we went up to 435. So it picked up about 20 torque in the mid-range. And then in the horsepower, we went up from, our peak was 428 and we went up to 435. So it didn't actually pick up a lot of horsepower, but you can see the average over the entire curve is a lot higher. And having that cat gutted actually let me rev it out a little bit higher. So it was still climbing in stock, but it hits the rev limiter right here. And I revved it out just a little bit higher before it started falling off. So that's the before and after of a K&N install, a tune, and gutting your cats.